Hey there, it's another edition of Coffee with the Goose. You know, we talk about things that are interesting, fascinating, and irritating. I'm a little bit of all three, so it's kind of natural, you know. Got a lot of good information for you guys during this edition, but of course we have to start with our PEDs. Still legal, last I checked, at least in this state. My coffee, as you know, very strong, like my opinion, and got some creamer to make it sweet, just like me. All right. Here we go. First, another big thank you for you guys and gals. I'm so humbled and so thankful. Jude, my great partner and producer, and I are happy to say that we have reached the 50,000 subscriber mark. Excellent. We're very, very happy. We'll try to keep it fun and, not not embarrass our family at the same time, right? Anyhow. More Manny Pacquiao news. Again, the word is out, at least from, the insiders, that Manny Pacquiao is in serious talks now with Terence Crawford for a title fight in Abu Dhabi, which is United Arab Emirates, by the way. And that will take place on June 5th, and that is very exciting. We've said it before, we could care less about fights with these other guys, and they're all good, whether it be Conor McGregor, Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence Jr., he's a champion, and Ryan Garcia, they're all champions, but they're not Manny Pacquiao level to really gain some excitement and pay-per-view numbers. They're just not. But Terence Crawford is. The Omaha, Nebraska native is undefeated, 37-0 with 28 knockouts, and many of the people who think they know a lot about boxing say, he'll have an easy time with Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, I'm sure they will. We'll see about that. Anyhow, Pacquiao, as you guys probably know, it's part of his persona, and part of it's in his blood. Filipinos, they're not like the other crowd. They're not going to talk trash to you. They're not going to talk about your mama. They don't do that, right? At least in the boxing business, you're going to talk trash. They're going to answer you the proper way with their fists. Pacquiao is upset, as all of us are with good conscience, at the attacks and deadly attacks on Asians. It's very, very sad. I've got my own opinion, not to get political, and I try not to in this show, but those people who feign outrage, and at this attack, but at the same time, they don't say anything all these years about human sex trafficking. Come on now, if you got a problem with Asians or people of any race being mistreated or victimized or, what have you, let's be, let's keep the pedal to the metal. Manny Pacquiao's angry. He says, to you folks who are attacking Asians, you're cowards, and fight me instead. Gotta love it. Pacquiao, at his heart, yeah, he's a senator. He's very educated now. He's a good guy. He's a follower of Jesus Christ, but he's a fighter in his heart. And when you step over the line, as these animals did, Pacquiao's calling them out, calling them cowards, and fight me instead. You gotta love it. And on a lighter note, I had to chuckle just a couple nights ago. I watched the repeat of the breakout performance by Manny Pacquiao against Oscar De La Hoya. Remember that fight in 2008? Pacquiao, already a champion, okay, so it's not like he was the new kid on the block, but it was his coming out party. He fought Oscar De La Hoya, who was a legend and a Hall of Famer, and he didn't just beat Oscar, he embarrassed him and made him quit after 8 rounds in the ring. And he didn't just quit, he retired. And humiliating, sad way for a legend to end his career. Now, I respect Oscar De La Hoya. He's a great, great fighter and a great promoter as well, and a good guy. But now he's joining the ranks of old, retired fighters who want to get back in the ring again. We've seen Mike Tyson. We saw Roy Jones Jr., I'm sure there's been a couple others, but now Oscar De La Hoya wants back in the ring, and who does he want to fight? Manny Pacquiao. Anyhow, Pacquiao responded as only Manny Pacquiao does, and not with words. And at the end, the message was, "I love you." And that just infuriated Oscar De La Hoya. And one of his quotes, he's 48 now, by the way. That's not old. That's younger than me. But in the boxing world, that is old. He said, in response to that Pacquiao video, he said, "Wow, he couldn't take me down, drained and all." Okay, true. He couldn't take you down. Well, you quit after 8 rounds, but you were going to go down, Oscar. I think you were. You were grabbing the ropes, and your feet you're losing your footing. You were going to go down. But what's this about? You were drained? Okay, this reminds me of people who attack Pacquiao for fighting catch weight. Okay? Now, that's a misunderstood term. Catch weight means, okay, for example, welterweight. If you're a welterweight, 147 is the limit. I'm coming up from light welterweight. Let's agree on a happy medium with the weight, okay? Now, Oscar De La Hoya went from a super middleweight, super welterweight, I think it was, at 154 pounds. He went down to 147, okay? That's a 7-pound difference. And Oscar says he was drained because he had to lose so much weight. Well, you agreed to the terms, Oscar. So I don't want to hear that. But anyhow, Pacquiao, on the other hand, went up from 134 pounds to 147. So that's a 13-pound difference. So, on one hand, it's not fair. It's, you're being taken advantage of. And on the other hand, you're not. You would think that Pacquiao having to gain that much weight would be a little slower, wouldn't have the quickness, but he did. He had a little too much for Oscar De La Hoya. By the way, his previous fight at 134 was that demolition of David Diaz, where he basically knocked him out with one punch and he landed on his face. These excuses by Oscar De La Hoya, first of all, they're not like him. I don't know why he was saying that, but again, I respect Oscar De La Hoya. He's a Hall of Famer. And are they going to fight again? No, they're not going to fight. Who knows what's going to happen with Oscar De La Hoya? He's announced that he's coming out of retirement to fight in July, I think, June or July. But God, he's not going to fight Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao's not going to stoop to that level. Pacquiao, as you know, is only going to fight the best in the business. And at the time they fought, 13 years ago, Oscar De La Hoya was the best in the business, but he ain't anymore. He's not on that level. He's, with all due respect, he's a has-been. Legend, Hall of Famer, but he ain't. Oscar, you're not going to fight Manny Pacquiao. It's just not going to happen. Anyhow, it's looking like Manny will fight, now it's on my brain. He's going to fight Terrence Crawford. They haven't signed the dotted line yet, but the word is from Bob Arum and Top Rank, who represents Terrence Crawford, that they are going to fight on June 5th in Abu Dhabi, which is the capital of the United Arab Emirates. And that will be a great, great fight. And we're excited to talk about it and to exchange ideas and opinions. And we're going to go to LA, it looks like, here in another week, and hopefully talk again with Freddie Roach and the great legendary trainer of Pacquiao and his strength and conditioning coach, Justin Fortune. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. We look forward to doing that and bringing that to you. We did interview them about a year and a half ago. You can look back in our archives and check that out. That was a lot of fun. Anyhow, that's the latest from the Manny Pacquiao fight. No, he's not going to fight Oscar De La Hoya again. Done deal. Already did that. I don't know why Oscar wants more of that. I wouldn't want more of that. And B, it looks like Pacquiao, true to form, is going to fight another champion. He's fought. He's had more fights against champions and defeated more champions than any other fighter in the history of the sport. So That's all we have for you this time. Oh, one final thought. Who's really crying in their beer? Oh, he doesn't drink, but who's sobbing on his pillow as Pacquiao gets top rank or top billing again, gets all the publicity, all the respect? Floyd. Sorry, Floyd. You had your chance, and you can still come back and do a rematch. I don't think you want to. Nobody wants to rematch with Manny Pacquiao, even if you beat him that first time. But all right, that's it. That's all we have for this edition of Coffee with the Goose. So glad you guys joined us. And again, very humbled and very thankful. We're up to 50,000 subscribers. My partner, my great producer, Jude, and I are so indebted to you guys. And we're very, very thankful. And we look forward to doing a lot more shows. And now that another Pacquiao fight's coming, you know where to go for the best news. We deal with facts, just like you guys want, not the nonsense, not the opinions. So stick with us, all right? That's it for Coffee with the Goose. Stick with us, okay? Take care.